And today we're going to talk about something in real estate that doesn't really apply to just real estate. It kind of applies everywhere. And I didn't believe it in the beginning. And I was still kind of iffy about it in the first couple 6 or 7, 8 months we started doing this. But the power of writing things down. And here's how it works. Or how it works for me, and how it's worked for everyone else who's been successful. You can go to anyone who's successful, and I promise you they're doing the same thing. Write down on a piece of paper clearly what you want. And I know you're thinking, Logan, I can do that right now and it's not going to happen. I get it. I was the same way. But once you do this, subconsciously in your mind, your body starts to move towards what you wrote down. And it's so weird. Like me and Christian have like a vision board on the things that we want, the things that we want to accomplish. We've wrote down what we want inside of a house. We've wrote down what kind of vehicles we're going to drive. We've even got to the point we wrote ourselves a $12 million check. But only because, and I'll tell you this, is there's a story that Jim Carrey tells where he wrote himself a check for however many millions of dollars. And then whenever he got his first big break, it was either in The Mask or it was in Dumb and Dumber 1, they wrote him a check for that exact amount that he had wrote himself prior, because he just believed in it. He believed he was going to get that. And we do too. We believe that someday somebody's going to write us a check for $12 million and it's going to be all ours. And at the time, that was kind of like the biggest number I could think of. Now, if you tell me to write that check, I'd write it for like $100 million. But at the time, I was like, yeah, 12 million, that'd be enough to live on, forever, for Briggs to live on forever, for Briggs' son to live on forever, for Briggs' son's sons, and Allens that I'm never going to meet will be able to eat off of what I'm doing right now, which is kind of what I want. I want to leave some kind of little legacy for my family, that they can hang up a picture of Grandpa Logan on a fireplace somewhere and be like, it was because of him. It's kind of what I want. And I want to take care of my family, just because we grew up so poor, man. My dad did, and my mom did too. And I'm sure a lot of people that watch my videos, y'all's parents grew up really poor too. Like the stories my mom and dad tell me, I'm just like, Jesus, I thank you for raising us and getting us out of that, because we're not poor now. I'm not sitting here poor mouth and saying I'm poor now. Like I get to go out and do basically what I want, but I want more, and I want more for my family. But I'm telling you, write it down, and it changes everything. I don't know how. Kristen doesn't know how. We just see small things happen in our life where we go, why is this happen? How is this? We met the right person. Wow, how did we meet the right person? How did all this happen? It just starts falling together because you put the idea from in your head and you brought it to life by putting it on a sheet of paper. Can't explain it. You might say, Logan, you're crazy. Hey, listen, man, I thought it was crazy too. But like, things happen for me. Now, on top of that, I do pray. Kristen does pray. And we do all the right things, but you have to make it real. Because if you never make it real, it's just going to sit in your head. And that's what it did for me for a real long time. I was always thinking like, man, I should be doing more. I should be doing more. And I think about more. I think about all the things that I wanted to have. And it was never adding up with my 40-hour job that I had. I was like, I'm never going to be able to have the things I want unless I do this. And I would just think about it. But the day that I put it down on paper, it changed everything. Some people call it manifesting. Some people call it prayer. I don't know what it is. There's something about our existence of saying what we want and putting it on paper that helps you act it all out. And that's my tip for the day, man. Write it down. Watch it happen.